Nice to meet you today. So, I hope you're enjoying the summer holidays. So, today I have another presentation. For in the last video, I had this book to show you guys, and I said it was fun, The War of the Worlds. So, today we are going to look at the author Enid Blyton, and he was she. It's she. He is not a he. So, Enid Blyton was a very famous author for the children's book, and it was very fun in these books. So today I'm going to represent these books and explain how fun they are. So the first book is Enid Blyton. It's written The Famous Five. This is very interesting because this contains 5 children which escape from many dangers. So it is a quite old book, but still I like it, and I have read this all. I finished these 2 books. This is a new series which just came now. So you check it out on Amazon, and it's a new series. And this is an old series. So as you can see, it's a brown kind of. It's all the sweat and everything. So it's quite old. So let's start. So let's start. And it's just a brief. You can check it out on Amazon and read the whole book. So let's do the brief. So at first chapter will be a kind of like it's called. The first chapter is there are 3 books. This whole book has 3 books in it. So the first chapter will be back to Kirin Cottage. So it is a place, and Kirin Cottage is the place where George lives. So George, I'll tell you the names of the kids in this game. I mean in this story. So 4 kids are there, and why it's called the famous 5 is there is a dog. It's called Timothy, and the 4 children names are Julian, Dick, George, and Anne. Anne is the youngest to all of them. And George is the cousin sister of Anne. And George is not a boy, is a girl, but her real name is Georgina, but she was kept as George as short because it's easy to call her. And then next is Julian and Dick. Julian is not a girl and it's a boy, and he is the eldest one of all. Dick was a brother to him, and Anne, Dick, and Julian are a family. They all are sisters and brothers. But Georgina was cousin to Anne, and all of them. So let's do the brief. So Timothy, actually in the first one, they were Georgina was not a girl which was staying in her home. She was left in a boarding school, and it will take 1 year to finish, and only in the special Christmas holidays, summer holidays, and summer camp, other holidays like that, she is left free to her house. So in one of these holidays, the summer holidays, when they met, that's what the story says. So they were getting ready to leave from the boarding school to their homes. So it was, as you can see, it's written back to Kirin Cottage. So George is going back to her house. So Timothy, Julian, and Dick are going to pick George up from the boarding school. She has to go through a train to a special station where it leads to Kiran cottage. So what is happening exactly here is Julian, Dick and Timothy will be waiting at the station. Then when George came from the train, Timothy ran and just hugged and started licking. So then they were all going home. Then what happened is actually there was a noise in the night. It was night time already. They had dinner and they went to sleep. Then Anne and George are having a special room, and Julian and Dick have a special room. So these both have different rooms. So Timothy will sleep with George and Dick will sleep with Julian. So there will be 3 people in one room and 2 people in one room. So the the same night, they heard a noise. And that noise came from a tree which was hanging by the window. Anne looked out of the window and it was coming to fall on the house. So, the name of the house is itself mentioned Kiran cottage. So that means it's a cottage which is not very strongly made and it's just made of bricks and doesn't have a special protection. So as you can see, it is a cottage, not a big house which is protected. So then what happened is they quickly ran out of their rooms and it was dawn till then. Dawn means it's a morning. Dawn means morning, early morning. This 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock is called a dawn. So when it became dawn, they rushed to their parents' house and it was Aunt Fanny. Aunt Fanny is George's mother and Uncle Quentin was George's father. So usually Uncle Quentin would be in his laboratory where he does his experiments and he does a lot of scientific work like he's a physicist and cardiologist and biologist and many other things, scientist. He was a scientist and he used to do researches on most things and many time. So he used to not come for food at time and they rushed to Aunt Fanny and they said the tree was about to fall on the cottage. Just after they said it, they heard a big noise. And when they looked out of the room, the house was damaged. Their George's and Julian's rooms were completely demolished. So all the bricks were fallen and it was a big disaster on the full. Half of the house was damaged. So they planned to go for a trip. So when they went for a trip, and Uncle Quentin said that that they were kind of like Uncle Quentin said that he will get the house ready in another 2 weeks. So they couldn't wait till then. So they remembered their friend called Piston, I don't know the exact name. Then it was Pylon, I think so. So they called him Sooty because he was as black as soot. So his name was Sooty. They were calling him Sooty. And then they remembered him. So what happened is, when they remembered him, they were like thinking that Suti would allow them to go to his house and live for 2 weeks. They immediately called Mr. Andrew, who was the father of Miss Suti. So Mr. Andrew was a rude man, like kind of doesn't like dogs. So then what happened is, then they called him and he said okay for the coming. But next, after they finished the call, Uncle Quentin said he was allowed but no dogs. So then what happened is, Mr. Andrew allowed them to come but no dogs. So George got kind of desperate because she couldn't take her dog Timothy. So what happened is, then George went out in a sad face, and when he came back, they didn't see Timothy. They got surprised and asked George what happened. She was smiling at them. Then we didn't know exactly what happened is. Then what exactly happened is, they actually George left Timothy on the way to Mr. Andrew's house. So they went in the car, and once George said that, please stop the car, to the driver. Then she gave a whistle. Once she gave a whistle, Timothy came running to her and just came, and she put Timothy in the car and they went. So guys, this is exactly what's happening, and since I can't tell you the whole story, I'm just pausing now. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and before I say bye to you guys, I'll just explain this too once. So it was about, hey guys, so sorry that I can't show you this book today, but I'll surely show you it in the next video. And here, this is the book, and if you remember it, you can buy it in Amazon. And just a brief, like this kind of, it's a big book, and it's three in one. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy summer holidays, and please like and share and subscribe to Extra Range, and bye.